Welcome to the MentorAID. With the session on SWOT analysis, we officially begin our interview classes. You know that last year, a good number of students have scored 200 plus with me, and a good number of students have been 180 plus. There are n number of students those who have scored 190, but somehow they were not in the list. It can be a case that some of the institutes claim that they have been in the list, that we are claiming this because of their main score, not for their interview. But bro, their selection was due to their interview score. Leave these things aside. So you know that I play a very negligible role in their selection. I rarely play any kind of role. But all I can promise you that this SWOT analysis technique has helped n number of aspirants scoring good marks. So very simple technique it is. Is it nothing but S means your strength, W means your weakness, opportunities is O, T that is threat. As simple as that. So you need not to be worried about it. Clear? Then what this actually SWOT analysis means. Since this is an interview batch, I will not go into the bakarbazi. Let's directly move to the point. Okay. So yeah, first thing first, we talk about the strength. See, strength is nothing but the appreciation that you receive from your near ones and dear ones. You must have received n number of times the appreciation. For example, oh, you sing so well. Arey, what the communication skills yeah you are having. And whenever you speak with the logic. So whatever gives edge over others, first thing that I would like to say is your strength. Okay, so if you are having edge over others, it means you are having the strength. So strength are nothing but your core capabilities, skills, positive traits which are being appreciated by everyone. These are your strengths, and sometimes hidden strengths you do not know about them until unless the situation comes. Okay, कई लोगों को पता लगता है कि वो लीडर तब है जब उनको लीडरशिप पोजीशन दे दी जाती है. Okay, this is how it is. Okay, fair enough. Then strength is something internal. You will find it. Okay, you have to just ensure that you have to look inside, you do the self dating. So, one more thing that SWOT analysis is actually a tool for solo dating, self dating when you are on the journey to improve yourself. Okay, this is what you have to do. And it is quite evident. Okay, it is quite evident. You will find these things either be appreciated by someone else or you yourself realize, I can do it. So strength is something that you can identify. Second, moving further, let's move towards the weakness. What is weakness? So strength is something is enabling you. Obviously, weakness is something going to limit your performance. It is going to limit yourself, right? Because you must be lacking somewhere. It can be communication skills, it can be money. Okay, you have a limiting factor of money, so you cannot afford a number of things. At the same time, lack of clarity is also weakness. Means you do not know what to do or what not to do. That is how it is defined. Again, just like a strength, it is internal. You know your weakness and it is evident, it is quite visible. So strength and weakness are, I can say, the different faces of the same coin. Similarly, we have opportunities. So opportunities are something that's going to help you in the future. They are emerging things. Okay, so opportunity is related to the future and emerging. For example, India has an opportunity to transform its skilling landscape with Pradhan Mantri Skill Development Programs or Pradhan Mantri Gramin Kaushal Yojana or Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana PMKY. Okay, so it is there. So futuristic emerging, and here they are external. And if something is external, it means it is not in your controls. Okay, so opportunities are generally external. So it might be a case that you get a help of some scheme and it gives you external aid, then your future is secured. Fair enough. So reservation is actually an opportunity only. Similarly, when I talk about the threat is potential. Again, it's in future, external only. So threat is about identifying what can go wrong. Means again, we are trying to visualize, we are trying to aspire something. As simple as that. So just like our opportunity, threat is also external. And again, it's not in our control. Threat is not in our control. So what you do? We have to do nothing. We have to identify how we can beat the threats, how we can convert our weakness into opportunities, how we can strengthen our strength for our betterment. Okay, so let's talk about something. Okay, so what actually this SWOT means: strength, weakness, opportunities, threat. First, let's analyze the same in silos. For example, if you talk about the strength, you say I have a good communication skills. So certainly, whatever you do, role of public speaking, it will help. As simple as that. So if you have good communication skills, you will be able to market yourself better. Fair enough. Suppose you say, no, sir, I'm the weakest link. I'm the weak person. I have certain weakness. So let's talk some weakness about the UPSC interview. Okay, you say, my English is not so good. I can say, okay, perfectly fine. Your English is not good. So why are you going for the long sentences? Go for the short sentences. What is the issue in the same? Go for the short sentences. If your English is weak, you can opt for the short sentences. At the same time, if you feel that you are not comfortable in English, the long sentences will certainly bog you down. So why don't you go for something like pause in between? So you must have seen these politicians, bhai or beno, then a pause. It's because they know that not everyone is capable enough. Maybe a speaker is capable enough to speak good, but whether the audience, the listeners are capable enough to listen the same in the same speed, we don't know. That's why let's have a pause. That's how we can turn our skill of articulation in winning the weakness. Because see, if 10 people are hearing you, they are there to listen you. Okay, so first you will be like, I got a good communication, I can get a hold over them. But what if they are not interested? That becomes the weakness. You are speaking English, they don't know English. Their weakness it is. So now what you try? You try to explain to the sign language. Now you had a sense that you know the sign language. Now weakness has been overcome. So this is how you have to be technical, to be very honest. Okay, so let's talk about what actually we mean by the things strength, weakness, opportunities. So hereby I'm going to do one SWOT. Okay, one SWOT. Say suppose Delhi का SWOT करते हैं because I belong from Delhi. Okay, so let's do the SWOT of Delhi. So what is the strength of Delhi? First strength is it's a capital of India. Yeah. Okay. It's a capital of India. So everybody is over here. So media is active and all. So itself is capital. So yes, economically Delhi is better than others. So first of all, when you talk about the strengths, you don't have to downgrade others. You have to talk about the opportunities. You have to be grateful about the opportunities. You have to show the gratitude. Don't downgrade others. Okay. Second, another thing, if it is capital, then economically it is doing good. I'll say Delhi is also having the nightlife. Now you will say how nightlife impacts it. So in the cities where nightlives are not there, okay, so it can be a case that these cities are having less economic potential because obviously more economic churning, more economic potential. So nightlife economic churning it is there in the Delhi, but not in other states. Okay, or I can say not in every state at least. Okay, fine. Third, I'm saying Delhi is the heart of India. So you can go Himachal, then Rajasthan, Punjab, everything is almost nearby. Half of the India can be covered with the Delhi. And Delhi is well connected. So I can say infrastructure is there. So three strengths I found out. Let's talk about the pollution. Okay, so Some people will put pollution in the weakness, or some people in the threat. I will put it in the threat. Reason why have I put the pollution in threat? Because external factors like Parali. Okay, so Parali is there with the pollution. I cannot ignore. As simple as that. Okay, so other factors are also there. Sometimes climate factors as well. So all the things I cannot control related to the pollution. Okay, similarly, then what can be the weakness? Weakness, I will say saturation supports. What is the saturation in my term? I said that infrastructure is getting saturated. Too much congestion on the roads. Sewer lines have been needs to be renovated, but they are quite old. So these are the weakness, and the weakness can be overcome. Okay, internal weakness. You need not to हरियाणा गवर्नमेंट को नहीं बोलना था कुछ जाके कि ओ हरियाणा गवर्नमेंट प्लीज यू टेक केयर ऑफ आवर सीवर लाइन्स. No, it's not a वाटा वाला thing ना. So saturation of the infrastructure, it is there. Second, you can say that Delhi is actually not a livable place. It's a weakness, not to be said in interview to be very honest, but I'm just discussing. Not it's a weakness, but it can be overcome. We can have the pedestrian path, we can have the pedestrian parks, we can have benches on the roadside. We have to make this city walkable, so that can be overcome. Okay, so then you can say depleting water table. Depleting water table. It can be another weakness and it can be overcome. Okay, nothing to be worried about it. Water table is going on. Start water harvesting. Judicially use your water. These things can be replenished. Okay, not in that bad shape. So when you talk about the threat, I will say Delhi is being threatened by say pollution. Then we can say being a capital, the Delhi is always on the target of the terrorists. Recent Red Fort incident. Okay, so threat is external if you look at it. Extreme weather events, there is a threat. Future na कि that Delhi can turn into the concrete island. So greenery we are losing. So this is the sort of Delhi that I'm able to think of. Opportunities, Delhi has opportunities as well. For example, NCR region. It can be developed, a well-developed, interconnected of multiple states. So multi-state model projects and all we can create it up. So this is opportunity. Delhi has opportunity for employment, attracts the investment and all. So it can be done. Fair enough. So this was the SWOT that I tried to just do for you guys for the 2 minutes. Okay, but this is just a simple view of the SWOT. In reality, this is what you have to practice. How your strength is actually impacting your opportunity, how your strength can help to overcome the threat, how your strength can come and have some fun with the weakness as well. Okay, then relation between weakness and opportunities, weakness and threat. Any weakness can be become a threat. For example, if you say to me, sir, there is a weakness that illegal immigrants are there, then I can say they can become a threat for internal security. That can be issue. No. So you have to analyze. For example, let's talk a little bit about how your strength can help you to create an opportunity. For example, we say we suppose we are doing the spot of India. Okay, we have say okay skilling domain. So we have some skilled people. Okay, we have some skilled people, but we do not have jobs. But these people can be sent to Israel. That's an opportunity. It can be. Suppose there can be a future threat. Okay, future threat is that we can face demographic disasters. These demographic dividend will be demographic disaster. How strength can ensure that there is no demographic disaster? You give them skill, so strength is there. You have a good population, a great market. So why not to push them this population into a process of employment, economic journey, entrepreneur journey? Why not to equip with the right kind of equipment, right kind of attitude, right kind of training? The future threat of demographic dividend turning into demographic disaster can be stopped. Fair enough. Then I'll just give one more example. Muzaffarnagar, the district where I worked a lot, is known as sugar bowl of the country because sugar cane is there in quite high amount. Okay, this is what I will be suggesting. Sugar cane is there in quite high amount. So what is the opportunity we have? See, opportunity we have that can Muzaffarnagar come up with some value added products, organic cubes of the jaggery, okay, and supply these things to the Delhi. A very good soil it is there. Can they supply exotic vegetables to Delhi? So they have the strength that their soil is quite fertile. So opportunity is there in that fertile soil. Let's sow some exotic vegetables and send them to Delhi and the duplicate. Sorry, double the farmer's income, not duplicate. This is what you have to do. What is the relation between strength and weakness? Strength can be there to overcome the weakness. Even that can be there. As simple as that. Now, weakness and opportunity. Suppose you are weak at something. Muzaffarnagar did not have industries because they were competing. Paper industries are there, okay, but multiple industries are not there because Ghaziabad, Noida is competing with the Muzaffarnagar, and being far away from the Delhi, people, industries, cyber parks prefer Noida and Ghaziabad. So it's perfectly fine. But can Muzaffarnagar supply the raw materials of these industries to the Noida, Ghaziabad? Yes. So we have paper factories. In these offices, papers are being used. Generally, they are coming from the Muzaffarnagar only. Okay, so paper mills are there. We have certain steel factories as well. So that can be taken care as well. So, how your strength can overcome weakness? For example, if someone says, "Ki, sir, I have one good strength that I interact with a lot of people and they share a lot with me." So, there's one weakness of yours, and your weakness is that suppose you work on the ground and you do not know how to create questionnaire and all. Okay, you do not have the technical knowledge, but since you are good with the behavioral side, you can do the surveys. So I have seen a number of officers interacting, going in the field, and they just interact with the people for a fighter. They do not go just like this student or other developmental professionals. They do not go with the questionnaire. हाँ गाँव वालों को क्या दिक्कत है? What is the problem with the people? No, nothing. They just interact. Okay, this can be an issue. So that's how you behave like officer. How your strength can eliminate the threat. So I say unity in diversity is strength of India. So terrorism being one of the threat can be cleared by this. Certainly. Just imagine a scenario. Whatever these terrorist attacks are there, some insider help is there. But unity in diversity, a number of times they are not lucky. They have to get lucky just once. As simple as that. But if you do not work on the weaknesses, will become the threat. For example, unemployable youth, and you are not giving them a skill, you are not giving them education, you are not giving them the right kind of attitude. Now, certainly, these unemployable youth will become terrorist, may go for the civil war. That is what is happening in the Pakistan. So a weakness has become now threat. So basically, you have to analyze these things in similar manner. Fair enough. So one thing that I would say, this SWOT analysis also gives you a perspective. One perspective that I would like to share with you guys, if you guys are making any notes of your interview, say, let's say someone is making GDP. So I will say write all the GDP related to your DAP at one place. For example, you have district, you have state, you have national. So per capita GDP of your district is suppose $6. Suppose state is $10. National is $8. So you can say that your district is below national average, but your state is above national average. So it shows that your area is underdeveloped. What I did over here, again I have applied the SWOT only. So strength is the nation, weakness is the district. Opportunity like state can be there. Okay, not there. If the state can earn $10, I too can go for per capita GDP. So make comparable tables to remember the facts. You remember this in the interviews, right? If you're answering, suppose the question comes, okay, what is the GDP of your state? You say dash 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 rupees. Say 100 rupees. It won't fetch you good marks. But if you say, sir, it's 50 more than the national average, and presently it accounts for the 100 rupees. So it means national average is 50 and 100. So because 50 more than the national average. So this is how you will be relating the things to the SWOT as well. Okay, fair enough. So I hope you got the basics. Now I will work with you guys on your SWOTs. So in the end, I'm going to give you some homework. Okay, I'm going to give you some homework. So you have to perform the SWOT. Okay, you have to perform the SWOT following SWOTs. First, your district. Second, your state. Third, nation India. Fourth, your own. Give it a time. Okay, give it a little time. So don't just go and start doing the assignment. Give some time to it. Okay, think a lot. Then what else you have to remember, after these four assignments, we will be meeting on the Monday. Okay, so we will be meeting on the Monday. We will be discussing these things, how to improve, we can do. So we will start our preparation anyhow because from the 8th it might be the interview starts. So let's begin. Let's begin the things. Okay, fair enough. So what we are done, and this is your assignment. No more than that. I keep writing on my diary what I have to teach. Okay. One more thing, you can do your sort of your hobbies as well. For example, if chess is there, how chess enhances your strength, which weakness it helps you to overcome. For example, I never worked for any strategy and all. I never had that leadership position, but chess made me leader because sir, strategy wise it helped me. Okay, what opportunities chess can create? I can be another grandmaster. What threats chess has? So do it. Threat of the chess. You can see where why we are not doing good, why we are doing good. All these things can be analyzed. So wherever you stuck, okay, in the last, all I want to say, wherever you stuck, sir, how much I should prepare? Kitni depth mein jaun? This is the question. What is the depth that we have to prepare? I will say take the topic, do the SWOT, one layer more than enough. Means when you're doing SWOT, 5 pointers in each vertical: strength, weakness, opportunities, threat, little bit application for their interlinkages, and you are done. That's all from my side. Okay, so please complete your assignments and we will meet on the Monday on the basis of these assignments. I want a very neat, clean written assignments. So how you will be writing? Just like that. Make a quadrant S W O T. For example, you are doing for the nation. You can write India as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly, 5 here, 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 1 to 5. Same, just a bullet pointers, nothing else. So that's all. So you start preparing the DAP. Similar session, similar next session will be about the district administration. Then current affairs, we are starting from the Monday itself. We will start preparing. Let's try our best to get you the best service. I will do as much as I can. Baki Balaji ki इच्छा. Chalo then. Bye bye. Take care. Bye. All the best.